Good day and welcome to this live video cast of If Walls Could Talk. I'm John White, editor of Walls and Ceilings, reporting live from Build 23 here in Las Vegas, the year 2023. Joining me today is my friend and the great Larry Williams. Larry is the executive director of the Steel Framing Industry Association. Larry, good day.
John, it's great to see you. It's wonderful to be here at the show. Always enjoy having an opportunity to sit and talk with you.
And we chewed the fat the other night with our new associate editor, Mike Levitt. It was a great chat, and I do want to get into some questions.
Oh, sure, yeah.
But first of all, Larry, just for those listeners that aren't familiar with the SFIA, tell us who you are.
Very good. We're the industry association for the steel framing industry, and we our members include everybody from the steel mills, the guys who makes the studs, the guys who design the buildings, and install them, and actually in some who even do the research. And our mission is really to move the industry forward, defend its interests, create a more competitive environment.
Ballpark, who are your members and how many members do you have?
We have about 1,300 members, and they include everything from the steel mills, so all the domestic steel mills, stud manufacturers. I don't want to single anybody out, but the guys who make the studs, and about 83% of the market. And then the contractors, of course, are AWCI members, and the design professionals, are people who are doing work in cold form steel or who want to learn how to do more work in cold form steel.
It's a powerful base, and I've met all of those members, and it's just a great association, Larry.
Well, thanks.
Hey, man.
We really do have a wonderful industry here, and it's only because it's made up of such great people.
And we've been lucky these last couple of years post-COVID. Because I think the last couple of years have been strong, including this year. That's certainly the vibe I'm getting and the energy that I'm seeing since I arrived a couple days ago. Would you agree?
Oh, absolutely. I look back in 2022, and it is just continuing to build the momentum that we've seen starting to surge in the last six years or so, even through COVID. It's been remarkable. We've been able to launch programs that we've built on this year, including, our architectural specification program, where, we're not sitting back and waiting for the guys who are making the material decisions to come to us. This is an active outreach where we're going to them in key markets. We're going to where they are. We're providing the information that they need to make sure that when they're designing projects, they're thinking about cold form steel, but also that they're doing it correctly. So we've got a great team who's actually at some meetings right now, talking face-to-face with architects and specifiers, and we've continued to build out the support for that whole effort in this last year.
And there's no better place than Las Vegas to retain, all these strong messages with a clear head. All right, we're talking about time here, Larry. So listen, what are the big things the SFIA, has achieved this past year as it pertains to contractors? I know you've had just one heck of an interesting year.
Well, we have actually a couple of things. I mentioned the architect specification program, but we also have a website called buildsteel.org, and not a lot of people know that it's an SFIA website because we want to make sure that it's kind of a neutral platform so that nobody thinks that they're having information pushed on them. But we have an enormous amount of information that we continue to build there. We have a project assistance link there where we have somebody who is working with people who are looking for contractors and suppliers. In fact, I took a call. Somebody called me this morning about 7:00 from North Carolina. it was an early wake up, let me say, but they're looking for help, and we're creating that opportunity for them for us to help connect those people with the people who can provide the services that they're looking for.
Look in that camera and give us that website again.
It is buildsteel.org, and I also encourage you to visit cfsteel.org. It's cold form steel. That's our corporate site. That's where we have a lot of technical information, including our product technical guide, information about code compliance reports, other resources that they would need.
Those are great sites. Visit them. All right, Larry, let's talk about basically the now, the present, the here. What should we be looking for this year, 2023, as it pertains to the SFIA?
Yeah, and 2023 is another year of growth. We continue to look at all the things that we put in place, and we say, okay, what else can we do? It's like building blocks. We're adding some new building blocks this year. One is, of course, we're adding some additional resources for architectural specification outreach. We have a brand new set of guide specifications that are, I'm telling you, are the best in the world, best that I've ever seen. And I can say that because I didn't write them. My team did, but they are just fabulous. And those are available for download at cfsteel.org, and encourage anybody to go up and get it. And the other thing is we continue to, again, look at what I said, talking about the project assistance. We have also a product and provider directory for, if somebody is looking, just searching around for like a material or a provider, they can then, instead of calling somebody or clicking a link and going to the project assistance link, they can search themselves. This year, we're actually taking the next step forward. Instead of saying you have to search a link, we're giving them a map. And it's like if they're in Colorado, they can zero in on Colorado Springs, and they'll see all the places where they can get cold-formed steel framing, where they can find contractors who are in that market. So I think that's a big move.
That is a big move. So, Larry, let's move this to maybe something a little more general. So, you and I have basically been here 48 plus hours. We've been in some meetings, some sessions. Mm-hmm. We've been walking the trade show booths. We've sat down with people over lunch, dinner, a coffee, a drink, whatever. So, listen, man, looking forward, what are the biggest challenges our industry faces today and long term?
I think from our perspective, I think one of our biggest challenges continues to be competitive products like wood. They changed the building codes to make it easier to build wood with taller buildings. We've seen that those taller buildings made out of wood burn, and so we're very actively, engaged in legislative efforts to try to make sure that when people are building, they're actually building safe buildings, and that means using non-combustible materials.
So, Larry, in the past sessions that I've heard, and you and I have spoken about this through Larry's column called The Steel Deal that appears basically quarterly in Walls and Ceilings, we spoke about such issues as the 3D printing trend that happened overseas, as well as automation. Are we encouraged by these trends, or are these maybe things we need to be cautious of, or both?
Well, actually, I think both, as a matter of fact. I think in terms of looking at, what they could bring to the industry in terms of benefits. We have issues finding just enough people to do the work. And, when you can automate processes and systems, you're helping yourself. And in addition to that, I think we're also seeing that robotics and automation can improve quality control. So in fact, there are a lot of benefits from automation, but at the same time, we have to make sure that we're adopting new technologies in a safe way. And what I mean by that is that, you can invest a lot of money in a technology, maybe it's not ready for prime time. And, so I think, but we are seeing the industry evolve, it's evolving at a healthy pace. And, we're part of that, we're supporting it, in terms with information, and in fact, some of our members are in the automation side of the business.
We certainly want to retain jobs, but take advantage of technology in a positive way that benefits everyone. So, good answer there. And hey, finally, as we begin to wrap things up, Larry, I think we got some news that I've been hearing whispers on. And before I address this directly, I think you know what I'm alluding to, and we might be one of those people to break it. Can you share some hot stuff with us?
Well, we're pretty excited because we're in the process of finalizing the integration of the Cold Formed Steel Frame Engineers Institute into the Steel Framing Industry Association. Not everybody understands how important this group is because there's not education in colleges about how to design with steel framing. You go to an engineering firm and that's often where you learn it. This group is a core group of individuals, 400 engineers, design professionals, who are doing that work of education. And by bringing them part of us, they make us stronger. It improves the synergies and the way we can leverage information, and it gives us an opportunity to support their mission even more than ever.
And that wraps things up. I've been speaking with Larry Williams, Executive Director of the Steel Framing Industry Association. And this is John Wyatt, editor of Walls and Ceilings. Please join us at WC Online to view other videos as well as podcasts at WCOnline.com. Larry, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, my friend.